Some moments are so shocking and unreal, they seem impossible, but they were actually caught on camera. This is most unbelievable moments ever caught on camera, featuring the craziest, most mind-blowing events you have to see to believe. Get ready for some truly unforgettable footage. The footage shows how they avoided a major disaster in just a few seconds. Truly terrifying. This looks like a scene straight out of the filming of a new Mission Impossible movie. Everyone was hoping this would end differently. Humans are capable of incredible feats, things we never thought possible. It's amazing to witness what some individuals can achieve with determination, skill, and creativity. The seagulls are making sure she sticks to her diet. He wondered where his drink was disappearing from the balcony, but forgot what kind of neighbors he had.
Zoom
He wanted to be a superhero for his girlfriend, but it ended up like this. She pushed herself too hard while riding the bike, and as she tried to dismount, her legs decided to take a break. It was like her legs were on strike and the pavement was their picket line. This is something you should leave to the professionals. This is how they wait for summer. Can you pull off something like this? They accidentally captured a fantastic shot, even though it wasn't their goal. This is what it looks like when one of the best swimmers in the world swims, captured in an underwater shot. He accidentally hit a barrel of drinks and created a fountain in the bar. Too bad no one was there at that moment to witness it. This guy got so caught up in the music that he started dancing, but he went a little too far with his moves and ended up destroying the car. This is one of the most unbelievable moments ever caught on camera. Would you dare to try this yourself? Her moves are next level. The Nutella experiment goes terribly wrong. His mode of transportation is just a simple stick. He can go anywhere with it. The only thing left is learning how to fly. Before we continue with the video, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to see where our amazing audience comes from. Also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. This is a paint warehouse. It just got a lot more colorful. A rubber sphere patrols with them, making criminals wonder if they're being arrested or playing futuristic bowling. Drivers don't know whether to honk, take a photo, or pull over and start singing Christmas carols with him. At this point, the girl wonders if the keychain is enchanted or if she just accidentally hired a very tiny security inspector. Meanwhile, one guy waves at the hologram, just in case it's a job interview for a future overlord. Some say it's just weather, but deep down, we all know it's nature's way of adding a dramatic movie effect to our morning commute. Shoppers stop mid-stride, staring at the glowing rings, unsure if they should admire the art or prepare for an alien abduction. The only winners here are birds, who now get to star in a dramatic escape scene from a smoke-filled apocalypse. Every step, every scratch of his nose, every dramatic hair flip, she does it all flawlessly, like a creepy robotic twin. Somewhere, a bird is probably watching him and thinking, man, these humans really overcomplicate flying. Balancing on a 2-meter fence is all fun until gravity remembers its job. Through the thick snow, the horse charges forward, with only its head and neck showing above the surface, proving it can handle anything nature throws its way. He stares at the bizarre weather event, half expecting a tiny storm cloud to apologize for being so specific. Even the teacher, who has seen it all, pauses mid-lecture, wondering if this is the moment gravity finally gives up. Somewhere among the rocks, the octopus is already ranting to its friends about how humans have no concept of personal space. Meanwhile, one guy is already drafting a dramatic explanation for why his backyard now looks like the set of a sci-fi disaster movie. The driver probably doesn't even need a microphone, he can just turn around and make eye contact with every passenger. Passengers glance at each other, unsure if they should be amazed or start questioning the very fabric of reality. Soaring through the sky, the plane leaves behind a trail of smoke big enough to be mistaken for a DIY highway project. Leaves explode in color along the river, creating a masterpiece so perfect that even the seagulls feel obligated to contribute. If it had a face, it would probably be looking around nervously, realizing it wasn't invited to this perfectly blue party. Meanwhile, a group of pigeons watches in admiration, taking notes on how to make their next rooftop landing look equally elegant. Not a single splash, not a single misstep, just a group of professionals making multi-ton vessels glide like ballerinas. Swinging the cleaver with full force, the guy expects the bone to shatter, but instead, sparks fly like he just unlocked a cheat code in real life. Dipping dangerously low, the plane sways from side to side, making passengers reconsider all their life choices in real time. Splashing joyfully in the water, the golden retriever basks in his main character moment, completely unaware he's starring in a Disney intro. The cold air makes her breath visible, adding an extra dramatic effect to her soon-to-be legendary love duel with the season. Each swoop in turn feels so choreographed that even professional dancers would take notes on their aerial technique. With its flawless symmetry and eerie stillness, it wouldn't be surprising if a confused seagull accidentally landed on it, thinking it was the VIP lounge of the sky. Pedestrians stop mid-stride, struggling to process whether this is performance art, a new delivery service, or just someone who took alternative commuting too literally. Each one flutters its wings dramatically, probably convinced that they've just been knighted into an elite bird society with exclusive access to premium birdseed. Somewhere at the bottom of the slope, a snowboarder watches in awe, contemplating whether he should thank the machine for its artistry or challenge it to a freestyle competition. The pilots, cool as ice, probably exchange knowing glances through their cockpit windows, silently competing for who can look more effortlessly daring. It's almost as though she's rewriting the rules of gravity, twisting and spinning in a way that makes you believe the floor and the air have joined forces to support her in this jaw-dropping display of human agility and balance. The sheer smoothness of its descent gives the impression that the tree was simply too tired to stand any longer, gracefully accepting its fate and making the entire process look effortless, almost poetic. With each delicate cut, it becomes apparent that this is no ordinary hive, but a carefully structured insect skyscraper where every insect knows its place and every floor tells a new story of organized chaos at work. His perfectly synchronized gestures make it seem like two skilled sailors are engaged in an intense strategic debate, plotting the ship's course with such theatrical flair that even the seagulls pause to watch. And in that surreal moment, as her hair defies the laws of physics, she realizes she has two choices: either embrace her new shocking powers or spend the next 10 minutes trying to smooth down the frizz. With sirens blaring in perfect synchrony, ambulances, fire trucks, and police cars light up the street in a dazzling display of flashing colors, as if they're putting on the most unexpected New Year's Eve celebration. Just as someone suggests bottling the liquid for scientific analysis, a curious squirrel appears, sniffs the strange substance, and immediately scampers away like it just realized it was never supposed to witness this moment. Floodwaters rose quickly, forcing everyone to climb onto tables, turning a peaceful picnic into a frantic scramble. Within moments, the camera continues recording from inside the shark's belly, giving humanity an unexpected yet oddly cinematic glimpse into the world's first ever found footage documentary from a fish's perspective. Towering proudly over the river, the massive steel bridge stands firm, right up until the very moment when it suddenly vanishes in the blink of an eye, as if someone just pressed delete on reality itself. One competitor, clearly a veteran of such questionable hobbies, yells through the chaos, "If you're not seeing double by now, you're not spinning fast enough." Perched precariously atop a high-voltage transmission tower, the exhausted workers finally decide to take a break, casually napping in positions that would make a mountain goat jealous. With streaks of orange, pink, and gold painting the horizon, the setting sun creates a masterpiece that only nature itself could compose, made even more breathtaking by the synchronized flight of thousands of birds. Under daylight, they seem dull and lifeless, but the moment darkness falls, these rocks glow like they just got invited to an exclusive neon party underground. As they descend through the untouched powder, each turn kicks up a flurry of snow that dances around them in the wind, transforming their run into a mesmerizing, almost cinematic display of winter's raw power and untamed beauty, reminding them that nature always has the final say. From every direction, motorcycles pour into the city like a steel and leather army on wheels, each rider adding to the deafening symphony of revving engines that drowns out everything else. What was supposed to be a harmless poke turns into an underwater horror scene as the plant's tendrils react with lightning speed, gripping his fingers with such intensity that he briefly questions whether he's accidentally disturbed some ancient, undiscovered sea monster. At first, it looks like just another boring sea plant, until it lunges at his hand with the enthusiasm of a vacuum cleaner set to maximum power. Birds flood the sky, twisting and turning like someone just hit the fast-forward button on nature's weirdest dance routine. Each spin, each flip, each controlled dive through the air looks less like a performance and more like a secret ritual meant to convince the Earth to let them stay weightless forever. Tiny fish dart through the water in perfect harmony, like a synchronized swimming team that never needed practice. Chasing after their runaway tents, which are soaring across the open fields like they've got wings, the two girls quickly realize that securing camping gear with more than just optimism might have been a good idea. In the crystal-clear waters of the small lake, the tiny fish burst to the surface in synchrony, performing intricate flips and twirls that make the scene feel more like a whimsical water ballet than an ordinary day at the lake. Under the frozen surface, the Great Glacier shifts, its vast and jagged ice formations groaning as they crack and shift, before emerging into the light with a dazzling display of colors that seem almost too perfect to be real, as if the glacier itself were a master artist carefully mixing shades of deep azure, brilliant white, and emerald green to create a visual masterpiece that defies the imagination, each swirl and wave harmonizing in a perfect symphony of natural beauty that leaves the viewer speechless, unable to fathom the sheer scale of the spectacle unfolding before their eyes. Fighting the relentless onslaught of the storm's might, the towering cargo ship sways and creaks under the force of the monstrous waves, with containers sliding dangerously across the deck, their contents seemingly at the mercy of the furious sea, while the captain, eyes squinting into the storm, weighs the gravity of his decisions and wonders if he should have postponed this risky voyage until calmer skies prevailed. Diving from the plane, their bodies are swallowed by the open sky as they plummet towards Earth, the world around them spinning in a blur of motion, their adrenaline-pumped hearts thumping in their chests, and every moment of free-falling becoming a timeless testament to the power of human spirit and the urge to break free from the ground below. They weren't doing their job properly, so they quickly got fired. He thought he was the captain of an old pirate ship, but in reality, he was just a guy accidentally inventing the world's first floating electric grill. His toes are so tiny, the ants think he's giving them a free ride. Apparently, his scooter is now the bees' favorite hangout spot. That beetle looks like it's trying out for the World Cup as a soccer ball. He's driving a trailer that's basically dragging itself on the rims. His pickup truck is so full of styrofoam, it's now impersonating a big rig. A guy drives his massive white limo with a tiny white car strapped to the roof with ropes. Clearly, that tree face has a nose that could rival a mountain. Witness the bizarre spectacle of people coloring carrots with their feet in a rhythmic jig. Imagine a fish frozen in an ice cube stuck to the wall like an accidental art installation. That boy's motorcycle is carrying more trash bags than a city dump truck. This girl tied pencils to her 5 fingers and draws brilliantly with crayons. The breathtaking ice waves at the North Pole look like a frozen ocean dance, with each shard reflecting the polar light. This guy is jumping into shallow mud from a bridge, making quite a splash. With one dramatic crash, the wave ended the river's ice skating season. This dog isn't just stylish, he's probably got a meeting at 3 and a nap at 4. If this wire cat starts demanding food at 3 a.m., then we truly have a problem. At this rate, next time he buys potatoes, he might end up with an entire field. Now he has 2 choices: become part of the building or negotiate his release like a medieval prisoner. Either this is a horror movie scene, or someone left the sugar outside for too long. Some people shovel driveways. This guy prefers extreme snow removal from the sky. At this point, he's either the coolest rider on the block or the next guy you'll see on a "Don't try this at home" TV ad. But one thing's for sure, he's definitely not afraid of a little airtime. As the black liquid gushes out, he probably thought, "This is either a malfunction or I just unleashed a secret underground waterfall no one was supposed to know about." Apparently, the bee decided to start her own fashion line, but this one's a bit more messy. It's either the start of a medieval ritual, or this guy is just really committed to making fire the old-fashioned way. While everyone's trying to figure out if this is avant-garde or a wardrobe malfunction, his body language screams, "Please, no closures." Caught between a candy sale and a swarm of angry bees, he might start reconsidering his career choices. As the flames rise, it's almost like the iPhone has become the ultimate symbol of how hot the tech world can get, both in features and in literal heat. This machine is handling tree trimming like a pro, slicing through branches with the precision of a surgeon. Suspended in mid-air, he's either proving his work's durability or about to become the poster child for why DIY projects should come with safety warnings. With one graceful leap into the river, he's proving that even animals can star in their own action-packed animated movies, where physics just can't keep up. People stare as if this bag is leading the pack, bravely crossing roads and taking over pedestrian crossings with the kind of confidence only the most famous bags can have. Forget what you know about tree trimming, these machines are making every tree look like it's been sculpted by a team of professional artists, turning the forest into a perfectly symmetrical masterpiece. It's almost like an optical illusion where the bottom is tight and the top just wants to break free, making you wonder if the architect had a wild idea to create something that could change how we think about urban architecture forever. Not every day you witness such a tiny creature gracefully skiing through the snow, as if it's been training for this moment all its life. It's hard to believe that every inch of this place is covered in cash, as if someone thought, let's make it rain literally. With hundreds of tiny centipedes helplessly caught in a giant spider's web, it's like nature's own version of a reality show, where contestants unknowingly enter a trap, and the only prize they're going home with is a free ride to the spider's dinner table if they're lucky. Imagine the shock of anyone walking by when they see this fearless little girl laughing and playing with creatures that most people would run away from in terror. It's almost as if she believes these spiders are as cuddly as kittens, and she's just inviting everyone to join the fun in her creepy, crawly wonderland. It's as if the birds decided to throw a massive party, turning every rooftop and sidewalk into their personal perch, while the poor man just stands there, wondering if this is some kind of strange omen or if he accidentally walked into a seagull-only festival. Watching this mouse attempt to squeeze into the narrow gap between a ski boot and a ski is like seeing an acrobat trying to fit into the tiniest of spaces. Every inch matters as it desperately wiggles, hoping for just enough room to make it through. From smashing windows to pouring what looks like a full bottle of red paint all over the car, she's making sure that this car's future is as shattered as her past relationship. In what seems like a kitchen science experiment gone wild, this man is creating what could be the most bizarre yet mouth-watering version of popcorn, but instead of corn, it's wheat, making you wonder if he's just invented a brand new snack trend. Sitting down in the car was supposed to be a simple task, but his towering hair just couldn't fit under the roof, causing a hilarious struggle to squeeze in without losing the perfect shape. With its enormous snowplow-like side blades, this train is cutting through the winter landscape like a knife through butter, moving forward with an unstoppable force. In a scene straight out of a survival documentary, he's hacking at the tree like a seasoned lumberjack, all to rescue his car from being trapped in the wildest part of the forest. Security cameras have advanced so much that they are almost impossible to notice now. Descending the hill that would scare even the bravest of drivers, the blue excavator cuts through the terrain with an almost unreal grace. Its movements so controlled and deliberate, it feels as though the ground beneath it is adjusting itself to accommodate the extraordinary display of skill, making it look like an effortless victory over nature's harshest challenges. Imagine being part of this madness, as thousands of people are crammed into the narrow space of the train, where the sound of frantic footsteps and impatient sighs fills the air, each person desperately trying to maintain their balance while simultaneously becoming a tiny cog in a massive, overcrowded human machine that's fighting for its place on a train that seems impossibly small for such an immense crowd. With an almost graceful elegance, the octopus wraps its tentacles around his legs, pulling him into a peaceful underwater embrace, where the calmness of the ocean surrounds them both. And as the creature slowly swims away, it leaves behind a feeling of serene connection that, in that fleeting moment, made the world seem a little bit smaller, a little bit more harmonious, as if nature itself had orchestrated this beautiful and surreal encounter. Those were some of the most unbelievable moments ever caught on camera. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more incredible moments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.